So I'm interested in showing you something called swatches. So there's a window and you go down to swatches. So we want to use the swatches panel. And I'm going to just start by drawing a couple shapes. And swatches has to do with your colors, but it also has to do with some patterns as well. So this looks like basic colors that I can pick to add. But there's a library down at the bottom. And if I go to metal type, it gives me all color schemes that are more metal oriented. So now I can take all of these shapes and use a color scheme that will work if I'm working with metals. If I click on the library again, there's skin tones, there's nature, there's if you're creating something for children, there's a kid stuff. There's already pre-built gradients depending on what you need. So I don't have to set a gradient that we've learned. I can use one of these predefined, pre-developed gradients. I can modify the gradient if I want to by clicking on the gradient tab. So the swatches is pretty cool. So another one I want to point out here in the swatches, another option is there are patterns. And they're fun to look at, and you can look through these too. But I can have like a dotted pattern in there. There's patterns that are already in here, but there's so many patterns. If you look under patterns, there's decorative ones and nature related ones that you can apply right in there. We can also make our own pattern, our own swatch, but we'll do that in another lesson down the road. So the other thing I just want to mention is I love this because they give you color schemes that work together. But Adobe has a website, and if you just do Adobe Color Picker, this will come up, color.adobe.com. So if you need an analogous kind of um, uh, color scheme or monochromatic, which means that all the colors are based on the same color, but some are darker, some are later. These are complementary colors. They go really well together, and they're usually across the color wheel spectrum. But this website's pretty good for giving you color schemes. So let's say I want to use this color scheme. There's a code down here at the bottom. I can copy that code, go back to Illustrator, and then I can open up this color swatch by double clicking on it. And then I can paste it in here. Now that's that same color that I just selected from the screen. So I'm going to do that again. Here's a code. I'm going to copy that, go back to Illustrator. I'm going to pick this box, double click on the gray that I have for the fill now, replace it with the code, the hex code that I stole from the website. So I can use color codes from here. There's Explore where they give you some like hot colors that are trending right now. You can look through these. Some color palettes that people have made, some trending color schemes that people are using right now. So the Explore tool is nice, or you can create your own color scheme based on the color wheel. There's different ways that you can make colors work together. So that's the cool thing about swatches. There's patterns. You can use the standard colors. You can put your own colors. There's colors here that work really well together that Adobe Illustrator just gives you by default, and you can use the color schemes that they give you right here inside the program.